welcome back to another episode of our Not So Simple Lives podcast. And we're here with one of our end of the year episodes. I can't believe it's already the end of the year.
I know. It's
Dude, I feel like these come up
crazy.
so quick. What is this? Our sixth one? 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We've done this 6 years now.
That doesn't seem right to me.
Wow. Okay, so this is something that we do if you're a longtime follower of the podcast. You know that we do these end of the year face off tournaments, which just like we start doing them on a whim, like out of
Yeah.
nowhere. We're just like, okay, let's just do these face offs. Like that could be fun. And then we just started doing them yearly, and now it's just kind of our thing, and it's something that people look forward to on the podcast. So I don't know, we just keep doing them every year because they're just a
Yeah.
lot of fun. And this is the one for 2025 Artist of the Year, which is always hard because there's like so many freaking artists out there, like thousands and thousands of artists. So even trying to pick 10, because what we do is I pick 10 and Delaney picks 10, and then we have people suggest people to post in as well. And then I go off the Billboard Hot 100 too, like the top 10 people of the Billboard Hot 100 songs. And then we just kind of see like based on everyone in there who has the most like tallies or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's just the logistics behind it. But this year is our first time we've had a back to back winner. Not a first
Yeah.
two-time winner because T Swift won in 2021 and 2023, I think. But Sabrina Carpenter won 2024 and 2025 Face Off for
Yeah.
Artist of the Year. What do you think of that? Like, do you think that's a solid pick for Artist of the Year?
I I think she did pretty good. I don't know if it was like her album was as good as last year,
Yeah.
but I do think she really like kept momentum
Hmm.
with herself, and like she's just getting bigger and bigger, I feel like. So her winning is not surprising, but I feel like there was a lot of good contenders for this year. Like
There really was.
we honestly weren't sure. There was like at least like three or four people in this face off that we thought could potentially win. Where normally we can kind of predict what it is, but I feel like this year the competition was really like good.
This was my prediction. I did predict Sabrina Carpenter because I just think, like you said, her momentum from last year is carrying over to this year.
Mm-hmm.
I personally wasn't a big fan of the latest album. There weren't really too many songs on there that I was really enamored with. I was kind of
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, it's good, but it was a different sort of style. Last year was very poppy,
Yeah.
and this was a little bit more folky, I feel.
Yeah.
So I'm not usually into that style of music. I like the more fun pop music.
It was kind of interesting because yeah, it was like folk type of vibe, almost a little country, and
Yeah.
then like had pop in it as well. So
It
it
was
was like
very unique.
a mixture of almost like three genres of music in her song. Um, but you know, one of those songs did go pretty big, Man Child. Like that song
Yeah.
did kind of pop off. So I feel like that's like she did have like I think Tears. So she did have like a few like songs on this album that did kind of go like mainstream and were like probably on the top 100 for I don't know how long, but
Yeah, and then she did release her deluxe edition of Short and Sweet this year too,
yeah. So
which had 15 minutes and oh my god, what's the other one? Busy Woman on it.
oh yeah,
Which those were really
that was
popular too.
I did really like that song.
So those
yeah.
were like new songs that she released in the beginning of the year, and then coming out with an album. I think she came out with it in August.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that she and her concerts have been selling out. She's been going viral. I don't want to say I'm surprised she won, but there was a lot of competition this year, but I feel like it was lesser than what we usually have because
Yeah.
I don't feel like there was an artist who should really like was that big. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like there wasn't one artist that was like, oh my God, this is the banger. I feel like last year was like a year of music because that's when you had like all of those like hits. You know what I'm saying? This year, I feel
Right.
like there wasn't really as many. So let's look at the run to Sabrina Carpenter winning the face off. So round one, she went against Cat's Eye, which I don't know who they are. I know you put them in.
Yeah, I did put Cat's Eye in. You never heard that song like Hands Up Gabriella? That song?
No.
That's by them. Okay, well I'll have you listen to
Is it they're K-pop?
No,
Oh.
they're not. So, there's a show on Netflix. I forgot what it's called. If you know, you know. But there's a show on Netflix, and it's basically like this team that they seek people, like they seek talent out. And there was like, I don't know, 20, yeah, probably like 20, 25 girls. Um, they all had to be kind of like triple threats. They have to be able to dance, sing, and act.
Oh,
Um, and they basically, it's like almost kind of like boot camp, and they're finding the next big girl group.
okay. It's
And so
interesting.
like it's actually like really intense. Like it's like Hollywood, and they're like, filming like music videos and stuff like that. Like, and just kind of like narrowing it down. Like they're, getting rid of people that maybe aren't progressing or having any growth and stuff.
So I feel like they're more of a niche group of like if you watch that show, you would know who they are. But
Yeah,
if not,
so
maybe not.
essentially the girls who are in the group Cat's Eye ended up being the girls that made it to the end on the show, and hence became Cat's Eye.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool because I was like, whoa, this is like weird, because they literally like did this like boot camp type of stuff for a whole year.
Oh my God, it
Like,
took a year.
and so like they took some of these girls are from other countries like Japan
Oh wow.
and like Spain and stuff like that. So they had to move to America, and like the people that are like running this like boot camp were essentially kind of giving them like the girls kind of all lived in like a house together, and
Mm.
like stuff like that. So and some of them could live like out of the house if they had like family, or they lived nearby. But this
Yeah.
was all in like LA.
But
So
we just love a good underdog story, and that's why like we like putting in the little guys. Like
yes,
you know what I'm saying? I don't mean they're like little, but like people that aren't as big. But going against Sabrina Carpenter was kind of like
yeah,
it was
they
kind of like
definitely wouldn't have won against her. Like I know that for sure.
right. But
Yeah.
but then Sabrina went against Justin Bieber in the second round,
That
which JB that was hard
yeah,
because I do like JB's recent album, but it wasn't poppy enough for me. As I'm saying, I'm like,
yeah.
where is the poppy fun
It
music?
was
You
a
know,
it was a weird vibe for him,
it
like a
was like
weird,
R&B.
like kind of like a weird sound. Well, art like he's great with R&B, but like
Yeah,
the writing and like the style of the sound of the music was a little weird
it just
for
felt
some.
a little bit
So
anticlimactic.
so
Very like
he had like a few like hit songs on the album.
Daisies.
Yes, Daisy's was probably the like number one, but some other ones too like kind of popped off, but like I know a lot of people that did not like that album
I
like at
wasn't a
all.
big fan.
So
I
it was
mean, I
either
listened to it, but I wasn't like a huge fan.
it's either like a hit or a miss. Either you loved it or you hated it. Or you're kind of, well, I also feel like you could be like in the middle. Like I did listen to some of those songs that popped off like on repeat,
Yeah.
because I just liked them. But then there was like other songs on there that I thought were a little weird and maybe didn't
Yeah.
sound as good.
And then he released like he released two albums this
Yeah,
year. And the other one I thought it was Pink, so I thought, "Oh my God, this is going to be more like pop
no,
based." No, it was the same.
yeah. I
And
don't
I
even think
started
I
listening
listened.
to like a few of them and I was like, this is the same.
I
I don't like,
literally,
I'm like, I like the older Justin Bieber, like fun, like catchy music. This just wasn't
yeah.
catchy to me. So I wasn't surprised when Sabrina Carpenter beat him. And then she went against Ariana Grande, which kind of crazy that Ariana Grande made it to the semifinals, to be honest, because I mean, she did release
Eternal.
Wicked for Good, the
Yeah,
soundtrack, which is technically her. And then she released the deluxe edition of Eternal
Eternal
Sunshine,
Sunshine.
which had a couple new songs on it, but nothing really groundbreaking this year
Right.
for Ariana Grande. So that's why I was saying, I was like, some of these were just really shocking, but this is like fresh off Wicked coming out, the second
I was
Wicked
like, I
coming out,
think
so it could be fresh in people's minds.
that's what I think. I think if like Wicked didn't come out during this time of this, I don't think Ariana Grande would have made it, or she might have, because she went up against Huntress in the first round.
Yeah, so Huntrix, I thought that they were going to go far, but
Yeah,
I think it just depends on where people place in the tournament. But I know it was really close. Like the first round, not to sidetrack, but the first round, so many of these matchups were like one or two votes away. And we'll get deeper into it, but I want to finish the Sabrina Carpenter Red. So she
Yeah.
went against Lady Gaga in the finals. What the fuck?
All these powerhouse
No,
singers
but
going.
I was so shocked that Lady Gaga made the finals. I mean,
Yeah.
I liked her album this year, but I just didn't think it did as great as other albums. So I was like, Lady Gaga is in the finals. Like, I was like, I love that, but I'm like very surprised.
I personally didn't listen to her album, but I know like Abracadabra, like those songs,
Yeah.
like that popped off, like any like songs that kind of popped off of that album, I like have heard. And I like that song. I think it's great, but I definitely did not listen to her album just because like nothing really made me be like, oh my god, I need to go listen to Lady Gaga's album. Sorry to the gays.
No, it was good. I thought it was good. It was definitely more so like her older style.
Yeah.
But I just didn't think it like hit as mainstream enough for her to like make it to the finals of the Face Off. But there were so many matches where it was so close. Can we talk about before I get into that actually?
Yeah.
What do you think was your hardest matchup looking at this to vote on? Because I'll start while you look. My hardest matchup, like maybe in the first round, just look at if you look at the first round, my hardest matchup was Lady Gaga and Selena Gomez. Because I actually really liked Selena Gomez's album. What's funny, and this happens to me sometimes, is when an album first comes out, I'll listen to it a little bit and I'll be like, I don't know, it's okay. For some reason, in late November or like last week or so, late November, I started listening to her album and I was like, wait, this is so good. So it's like it took me like 6 to 7 months to even get into it.
It had like a different, like again, same thing with Justin Bieber. It had kind of like a different vibe for them that we haven't really seen yet. So it was different and like automatically, like especially if you're like a big fan of either of those two, you'd probably be like, oh, this is like different. Like, I don't know how I feel about this. And that's kind of how I felt about Selena when she came out with her album. But then I kept listening. I was like, no, I'm like, these songs are good.
It's good, but a lot of them are like slower.
Exactly.
There wasn't anything that was
that's
like,
why.
that's, I think, of the year. This is the year of slow songs.
It wasn't like super poppy. Which is like kind of her genre too, is pop. So I was like, I don't know. But then I kept listening and I really liked the writing, which hence her husband now, Benny Blanco. He definitely wrote like a lot of those songs. I think my hardest matchup was was Ariana Grande versus Tate McRae because I just I love Ariana Grande. Like she's my OG bitch, you know. Like I love her. But Tate McRae, like I said it in the last episode, but my number one song for the whole year, my top song was Sports Car, and I just have listened to a lot of Tate McRae this year. So I'm like, man, like she's kind of becoming that bitch, you know.
She is.
And I think she's really like she's almost kind of like our like this generation's like Britney in a sense.
Yeah.
And so I'm really like starting to love her. And since Ariana Grande hasn't really come out with anything too much lately other than Wicked, I was like, I don't know, like this is so hard for me. So that one I had to go back to. Yeah. I like when I was voting, it's like I don't know. Like, I can't make a decision. I'm like, I'm going to have to come back to it. I'm going to have to, like, think about it. And then I came back and I ended up voting for Ariana Grande because I just, like, I love her. And I was thinking about Eternal Sunshine and the Deluxe album. I was like, no, I really, like, loved every single song on there.
Yeah, Tate McRae was my number one artist of this year in terms of, like, my replay or whatever. And I thought her album was so good. And she actually made it to the second round this year. She's never made it to the second round of a face-off because it's like we really liked her for a few years. Yeah. But I think it's taken until this year for people to really know who she is.
She's really
so in the past.
She's still like up and coming, but like now she's definitely being known like way more than she did like the past few years. Like she's up and coming. Like she's really like getting there. So I
No,
think
yeah, exactly.
give her like next year, by the end of next year, she might be in this final.
Yeah, maybe she'll make it to like actually the semifinals. But I was happy she made it at least past the first round
Mm-hmm.
because she was, like I said, my number one artist. I think she's really, really talented from like her music, dancing, all of that stuff. I just think that she's just amazing. But yeah, when I went with Selena Gomez and Lady Gaga, I was like you. I was like, oh my god, I don't know. I was like going back and forth because it comes in a recency bias.
Yeah.
Because Lady Gaga, I really liked her album, but it was back in March. So
Mm.
it's been a while since I've listened to her album. But Selena, like I said, I just started getting back into it because there was like one or two songs I liked when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm really starting to dive in deep. So I did end up voting for Selena because of recency bias.
I
Because I was
low-key
like,
forgot between the two. Like I don't know. I think I probably voted for Selena just because I was thinking of her album and the songs that I liked. And then I probably realized like I didn't really listen to Lady Gaga's album. I mean, she had Abracadabra, which I really liked, but that's all I really know. So I think I probably, if I'm going based off of what I'm thinking right now, I probably picked Selena.
yeah. And I think the biggest thing to surprise me from this face off, well, before I get into that, actually, I want to talk about Taylor Swift because there are a bunch of people that just were voting against Taylor Swift. They did not want Taylor Swift to win.
Yeah.
Like they would vote for anyone against Taylor Swift. I don't know what it is. Like Taylor Swift is so popular, but also she has like such big haters.
No.
So people just don't like her.
Yeah.
So whatever matchup it was, they're like anyone but Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift actually was almost eliminated in the first round. I think she almost beat Kehlani by it was either one or two votes. Well, and I was like, what the? I was looking at the results as they were happening, and Kehlani was winning for like a minute.
Oh my god.
And I was like, is Taylor Swift about to be eliminated in the first freaking round? That would have been crazy.
Well, you know what? I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about her newest album. I know that I think was it Ophelia or Fate
the Fate of Ophelia, yeah.
I know that song really popped off, but other than that, I don't know any other song that's on that album. I've not listened to it.
I actually listened to it. I actually like it.
Really? Yeah.
I think it's solid. I think it's really good. I like it better than the slow stuff she was doing before.
Yeah, I don't know like what the thought process is, but I know a lot of people didn't love it. But Kehlani, like she had like she's still like she's been around for like a long time.
Yeah, she has.
But she like doesn't get really as mainstream as she should.
She gets like highs and lows. I feel like people go through like spurts with her. Like there's the years where like she's like really popular and then she goes down and then she goes up again and down. It's just like inconsistent.
She had two really big singles come out this year, which I was a big fan of. Song Folded and then Out the Window just came out. I honestly feel like she did such a good job marketing those songs on TikTok. Cause I mean like she didn't do it, I don't feel like for too long, and she didn't do it for like too little of time. Like she maybe did it for maybe a month, like hyped up the song. And so it was perfect because especially for Out the Window, that song that came out after Folded, it was it was so funny because people are like, "Oh my god, I'm not even done folding my the clothes yet." Like,
oh my
what's
god,
going
yes,
on?
It was like trending like that.
The sounds were trending. People were like, "Oh my god!" So I think she did really good this year. I feel like her growth, not only as like I'm an artist, but like her personal growth, like as a person, I think has gotten better because I've heard like in the past she wasn't like super nice to people, but
Ooh.
She's I don't know like medicated now.
Well, I think that that's the thing about musicians today is that you not only have to be a good artist, but you have to be good at marketing yourself too, and branding. I think that's huge, and that's what's changed throughout the years with music is that you're doing all your marketing, you're going on TikTok, like you're not gonna make it to the point you want to make it if you're just relying on your team. Like, oh yeah, I'll record the music, you guys do everything else. Like you have to have a social media presence
right
in order to be good, in order to make your stuff hit big unless you're Taylor Swift.
Right. And I think
She's at the point though where she could just release something and then everyone gets scared and doesn't release it on the same day, and she's like the only one.
right. And I think another reason why Kehlani like really popped off too is because those songs are like true R&B songs, and
Hmm.
there isn't like a really like it kind of gets like old school R&B, and she's a woman, so it's like a lot of people were just like, oh my god, this is like so good, this is like old school R&B, like the sound sounded really good. So I think she's kind of bringing that R&B like old style back, and
Yeah.
so people just like really love that, and myself included. I love some good R&B. So
Yeah, I think we need to talk about because a lot of my favorite artists from this year actually were eliminated in the first round,
yeah,
which is crazy. So, like, I really enjoyed MGK's album this year
MGK, yes.
and Ava Max. Those were like really high, and actually Damiano David too. He was like really high on my list. I really liked his album, and they were all eliminated in the first round.
I was like
which
Jonas
is surpri-
Brothers. Jonas
And
Brothers
you
were
really like the Jonas
eliminated.
Brothers too, yeah. And it's so funny because like a lot of our favorites were out in the first round. That's why we like the interaction because it's like, well, I just want to see what other people are liking too.
Yeah.
But I feel like out of those, like MGK, I feel like I was the most surprised that he was eliminated. I know he went against Kendrick Lamar, which is actually insane because Kendrick Lamar actually didn't release anything this year. But the reason why I was like, okay, well, it's fine because usually that's like our rule, like don't put him in unless it releases, because he literally dominated the Billboard charts like all year. So I was like, okay,
from the Super Bowl, like
Super Bowl performance. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, we'll make an exception this time because he had a big presence this year of marketing music he released. I think it was like the end of last year he released something.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, but I feel like with MGK, his album was really good.
I think
feel like
this was really good, and I like the Jonas Brothers went up against Tate McRae.
that was
and,
close.
And I was like, well, the Jonas Brothers have had a huge year, especially like with touring and stuff, and bringing all the two like usually two artists in every you know hometown, because it was the Greetings the Hometown tour. So every like place that they performed, they were bringing a lot of the artists that are from those areas in and guest performing and like singing with them. And I feel like there's a lot of artists that don't do that.
Yeah.
So I thought it was so cool, a lot, like very different. They were really catering towards their millennial audience
Yeah.
because like they just brought Ashley Simpson out.
Oh my god, I love Ashley Simpson. What
They
the heck?
they performed Pieces.
Oh my
and
god.
like,
I
so-
feel like Ashley Simpson needs to make a comeback. Like, what are
So-
you doing?
Like they're doing things like that. They like Jesse McCartney, like they were bringing like all these like
Nostalgic acts.
JoJo, like
I love. Oh my god, JoJo. I loved. She released a little EP this year. I loved it. It wasn't like big enough for me to like want to put her in the face off.
She did a collaboration with Kehlani.
Oh really?
Unfolded. Yep.
Oh, interesting.
And it was
I'll have
really
to
good.
listen to that.
But so, anyways, they were bringing like a lot of nostalgia to their their concerts and stuff, and they were just really popping off. I feel like on social media, like they did excellent as far as like branding themselves and like just continuously like upping the game. I feel like for concerts, because like yes, a lot of like I feel like Sabrina Carpenter, she like puts on a really good show. It seems like she has like a whole performance and everything. But like I feel like a lot of these artists have to step up their game.
Yeah.
Like after the Jonas Brothers this year, like we're gonna have to get going.
Yeah, because you have to like be a performer too. You can't just like go on stage and just like sing your songs. You have to do something to get people talking, want to get articles written about you, social media, viral moments. And that's kind of the society we live in right now. It's like you need to make a viral moment in order to, like you said, Kehlani was doing these TikToks to get her songs over and to get people talking about her songs. So
I don't know if she got like a new PR team or what, but she was doing amazing as far as like promoting those songs.
Yeah.
And like getting everyone hyped up about it. I was like, what's happening?
I really thought that Huntrix was gonna win. Like I really was like,
hey, we
when
still got
she
movie
went
of the
out.
year.
Well, yeah, exactly. There's still
We
movie of
still
the
got
year.
movie of the
But I
year.
really thought, like when they made it in, I was like, some people swiped up and were like, oh yeah, they're definitely gonna win.
Yeah.
And I was like, that would have been insane. I mean,
It
they
would
got
have.
eliminated in the first round, but that would have been insane because there's never been an artist or group of people on here that has been like they're real people, but they're an animated group.
Right.
So it was just so unconventional.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, this is so interesting. We'll see what happens. But I mean, when you go against Ariana Grande,
Yeah,
you're
like,
done.
I mean,
You're
and
done.
it's funny because it really was like, in a sense, like K-pop Demon Hunters against Wicked in that matchup,
100%.
and they're both pretty relevant in the like pretty relevant right now. Even though K-pop Demon Hunters came out like I think during the summertime.
Yeah.
Um,
It's still really relevant though,
it's
because
still
Halloween just passed and people were dressing up as them.
it's still like really popular. Like the kids are still like on this momentum of K-pop. I mean, I think it's slowly dying down, but it's still very much there. So I really feel like it was like two movies against each other.
Yeah.
That have singing in it.
Well, so I know we did this last year, and but last year we asked ourselves a little bit of a different question.
Mm-hmm.
We asked, like, at the end of the episode, we were like, okay, just trying to predict next year's face off for Artist of the Year. But last year, I think I said someone that hasn't won already. But let's just take those parameters off. I know last year, which is crazy, I said Lady Gaga.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
she made it to the freaking the finals with Sabrina Carpenter. So I was like, whoa, I was almost right. But it was because they had those restrictions on of like who's never won before, who could win.
Oh,
but if you're just taking those, restrictions off, who would you think? And this is just complete shot in the dark, but it could be something fun that we could just come back to next year and just kind of listen around this time and be like, oh my God. Like, so if you had to take a shot in the dark, who the heck would you think would win 2026? I mean, I don't even know who's releasing an album, so this is completely guessing. This is just for fun.
Well, listen, I think since like we're talking about that, I'm gonna say Tate McRae.
Wow.
I think she's gonna win next year, even though like I'm not sure she'll come out with an album. I feel like she will.
She will.
Because I feel like she's just like in a like with a record company that makes her release albums a lot.
Yeah.
But I feel like with the momentum she had this year with Sports Car, Just Keep Watching, like all these songs that I feel like were like really poppy, really fun, top songs like on the top hits and whatnot. I feel like it's just like a matter of time till she gets there. And so I feel like by the end of next year, like I feel like she's gonna be like mainstream.
Yeah.
And
so
she's gonna have that moment.
I'm seeing a pattern with the voting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And hear me out on this prediction because last year the final four were Sabrina Carpenter, Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift, and Billie Eilish. The final four this year were Sabrina Carpenter, Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift, and Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
So I see a reoccurring theme here.
That it's women.
It's women, but also Sabrina, Taylor, and Ariana are always making the final four.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was really interesting that it was almost the same exact final four as last year.
It's crazy. So Billie Eilish isn't even in here at all, but I think she did come out with an album.
I know she didn't. She didn't release not even one song this year.
Oh, dang. Yeah. Okay, well, never
mind. Her album was last year, but I am gonna have to say Sabrina Carpenter.
Again, you think
I think she's gonna win 3 years in a row because her popularity was skyrocketing last year, continuing into this year, and everybody just loves her so much. It reminds me of like early Taylor Swift, where like everybody really liked. Well, you know what? Not even though, because when Taylor Swift like was, I feel like first starting to get popular, there were still people that were like, "Oh my gosh, she's so cringy. Yeah, I hate her music or whatever." But it's like Taylor Swift in like her Reputation era, I feel.
And I feel like Sabrina Carpenter is very like relatable. Like she reminds me of, and you'll probably agree with me when I say it, but she reminds me of Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
But in like as a singer, but she also, she started acting. She did acting first, and then now she's singing. And that's like what she's popping off with. But a lot of straight men love her music.
And that's why
It's
she's so
because
popular, because women
yes,
and men like her.
and like, cause she, you know, she's a little, she's like, she's just kind of like naughty, like she's a little
Yeah.
dirty. She like throws, you know, some things in there, and I don't know, the men like it, and then she's got like that kind of like sex appeal, like Marilyn Monroe. I feel like with the
Hmm.
blonde hair and stuff, and she's kind of got like that body type that like it's not too skinny
Yeah.
and stuff. It's like curvy almost.
Hmm.
And so I feel like she's just like kind of that it girl right now, where
Exactly.
not only do women like her a lot, but the men like her too.
I feel like I haven't seen this level of popularity since like a Rihanna or Britney or that sort of era. I feel like we haven't had like that really standout pop artist that everyone really loves in a
Hmm.
while, that like everyone's really behind them. So I really feel like that momentum's gonna take her in and be
Yeah.
like 3 years in a row.
The
Like,
the thing is, I think with Sabrina Carpenter is that she has all the fans in every category, like gay, straight, like all of, you know, everywhere. Where I feel like Lady Gaga, Taylor, and Ariana, they have mostly a female
yes,
um
yeah,
crowd, and then they have the gays.
right,
The gays love all of them,
right.
but you don't see too many straight men being like, oh my god, I love Lady Gaga, or I love Taylor
No.
Swift, or I love Ariana Grande, but they're like, oh yeah, I listen to Sabrina Carpenter.
Ariana Grande, maybe because of Wicked, because I think that a lot
Maybe.
of women like Wicked and then they bring their like boyfriends or brothers,
Oh yeah,
dads, whatever.
I'm sure they love the movie.
Yeah,
But like
but I
as far
think
as her
that'll
music,
carry over maybe when if she does release another album. I don't know. I think that
yeah.
she said she's going to take a break from music.
I think she might come out with one more because I think she's going on tour.
Oh,
And
okay.
after her tour, I think she's like, I'm gonna be like kind of taking a good wellness
Yeah,
break after
that's
that.
good. She's done 2 years of
I
extreme heavy marketing, so I think she definitely
I
deserves a break.
I think she's sticking to acting because I know she's going to be in I don't know if they've been like filming already, but she's in there's like a new sequel to was it Christmas with the Cranks?
Oh,
They're making a new one and she's in it.
okay, yeah. So
So,
they said that there might even expand the Wicked universe. I don't know if you saw that. So
oh,
she might have her plate kind of full. I don't know if music is on the agenda for her within the next couple of years. But I guess the final artist that we should talk about a little bit, is we haven't mentioned them, is The Weeknd making it in, which the Weeknd makes it in every year.
yeah.
I swear, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but I feel like The Weeknd is the only artist that has made it into our face off every single year.
No.
In fact, I'm gonna fact check myself on this after we're done recording, because I swear The Weeknd has made it in to every single one of our face
It's
offs.
as far as like male artists, yes, I feel like that is true.
Because
Because
no
I
one
feel
else
like
has made it in every single year, even female.
Taylor Swift hasn't. I feel like Taylor Swift might
I
have
don't
been.
think Taylor Swift made it into the 2021. We're gonna fact check
We're
this. We're gonna fact check this.
we're gonna
But
fact check it, but
Taylor Swift maybe, but I feel like there was one year she did. But The Weeknd every year but Taylor Swift has been like an icon. The Weeknd
yeah,
is iconic, but I feel like he always sneaks in.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, The
And
Weeknd again. You
I've
know?
heard now I've heard like maybe a song or two, and I can't even tell you the name of the song.
Yeah,
But I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely like a new song. I'm like, must be like the song or one of the songs that came out on his album this year or something. Like I don't know if they're singles or they were on his album, but like I had said before, like, oh, I didn't even know he came out with an album. Like I
yeah.
haven't, and I do love The Weeknd. Like
I liked his album. I thought it was good.
I do like that. I do like The Weeknd. I just didn't hear anything about his album or
Yeah.
like see anything about his album, so I never went to go listen to it.
It wasn't,
You
it
know?
didn't really get mainstream attention. It came out in the beginning of the year, which
Yeah.
that's the time where like it's kind of forgettable at the end of the year. But
Hmm.
he went on to the second round,
I
just
love
lost to Taylor Swift. So like he's just keeps coming on in, staying
Right.
for a little hot minute and then exiting. So I just thought we needed to like shed some light on that, because definitely The Weeknd and Taylor Swift, I feel like, have to be the ones that have made it into the most amount of our face offs,
Yeah.
because they're just always coming out with things.
Right.
But I always just love these end of the year things. It's
I
fun
feel
to
like
take a look at the end of the year and take a look at all of the artists and the music that we've been loving throughout the entire year.
I feel like the female artists just kill it every year. Like I
We've
don't
never
know
had a male artist win.
that. I feel like that is pretty. I feel like that's sounds very true because I mean, there's just hasn't been. I feel like a male artist that's really killed it for the whole year, where the momentum has been there all year. You
And
know.
we didn't have a country artist in this year, which I'm kind of surprised about
Mhm.
because country is like making a freaking comeback. I
I
mean, personally, I don't get it. I'm sorry to the country fans. I'm not a big fan of country music,
I
but I know that everybody loves country music again now and it's in. So usually we have at least one country artist in, but this
yeah.
year we didn't have any.
Well, you know what? I do like country, but I kind of fell off the country game a little bit.
Yeah.
I can be honest, I have not really listened to any country in like a while. Like I don't think I've listened to country maybe for like almost more than half of this year.
Yeah.
I just nothing has really like, you know, come at me. I think it was maybe what was it? Probably last year, 2024. Like I was on country.
Yeah, you were.
I was listening to
You're putting in them
country.
country artists. I was like,
Um
okay.
yeah, I was like they're good. But I just haven't listened or like I just haven't came across any good country like as of recently, and that's probably just me.
Yeah.
Where other people are like, "Oh my god, country was so good this year." Like I'm sure they're saying that
I
watching
know
us
I didn't
right
really
now.
hear much about country music. I mean, they had that one that like Morgan Wallen released that song with Tate McRae.
See, I don't even
I
know.
don't even know. I listened to it maybe like once, but I'm like I said, I'm not into country music. But I just was looking at this, I was a little surprised that there was no country artists in. But I mean, I guess we'll see what happens
Well,
next
hey, if
year.
you are a country fan and your artist wasn't in this lineup and you feel like they could have gotten a little far, make sure you're commenting and
Comments
tell
and
us the artist you want to come in because like if you're suggesting it to us, we most likely will put it in.
yeah,
So like I don't know, I think there was some suggestions possibly in this lineup.
yeah, there was.
But for the most part, like Eric and I take our 10 and combine them together. And then we narrow it down to our lineup
Right.
plus the suggestions we keep in there. So,
Yeah, so like, and if you don't want to wait a year to be
mhm.
involved in the voting, we're doing movie of the year.
Yeah, movie
It's
of the year.
starting this week. So if you're listening to this episode, slide into our DMs or message one of us and just tell us what movies you wanted to face off because there's a lot of great movies that came out this year. And so it's going to be difficult to narrow it down. So we definitely are going to need those suggestions of like, hey, put this in, put this in. That way
And there's still
we can have all the big movies come in.
and there's still a few more stragglers coming out right now.
Oh
And
my
Eric
God.
and I are trying to catch up on them. We did just see Zootopia 2.
Yeah, we did.
And now Knives Out.
Wake Up Dead Man, the Knives
Yeah,
Out.
Knives
It's like
Out,
the
Wake
third
Up.
one. We're gonna watch that this weekend. So I think that might be the last two.
I do really
that we're
want to
watching.
see how Avatar turns out, but I
Yeah.
think
I think
our
it's
face off will be done
well,
by
it
then.
comes out on Wednesday,
Oh, does
and
it?
our face off starts on Friday. So it technically could make it in.
Oh, I didn't know it came out that early.
Yeah, because usually they come out. They say they come out on Friday, but they come out always on Wednesdays.
So I wasn't sure how everyone kind of thought about Avatar, but I've been seeing a lot of things where people are very intrigued and looking forward to seeing this movie. So it could be a contender.
It could be.
But also has that I can't
Recency bias. Yeah.
Recency
So
bias.
maybe I don't know. But yeah, hit us up. Let us know what movies you've been liking throughout the year. Even if it's like a Netflix original movie, throw it in there. We love diversity in our movies, you know?
Not Holiday though.
No, not holiday, not a Christmas movie. It's not gonna make it in if you put a
If
Christmas
you
movie
know,
in.
you freaking
You
know.
freaking know. I would never watch that movie. Maybe one day actually. But yes, we love these end of the year face offs, and we're looking forward to the next one.